Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to a close of The Walking Dead episode 5. Damn, man, we are so close to the end. However, that doesn't mean leave my channel. There will be lots of Walking Dead videos after The Walking Dead season 3 finishes, about the potential season 4, and of course the other Telltale games that will be us being bombarded with in the near future. Without further ado, episode 5 trailer breakdown. For God's sake, Harvey, when are you actually going to realize every time David starts punching you? Come on, man. At least you must know how many milliseconds it takes him to punch you, where he punches you, what's the angle, what's the circumference. Like, damn, man, when are you gonna realize, I mean, you keep taking a punch. Like, I can't believe, I don't know how many times I've seen Javier get punched by David, but it's starting to get a bit ridiculous. Like, come on, like, you really must know to do something to stop the punch. I mean, how have you not mastered the act of reversing the punch by now? I mean, if you're getting punched like there's no tomorrow, so I have no clue if Javier is just stupid or there's no reaction reflex for him at all.
You have to take care of each other before it's too late.
Okay, everything aside, we see this very interesting shot. Now, you get a two-shot of David and Gabe, but then you see Javier on a different shot of him on his own. That made no English, but okay. So, this is very interesting to see. Gabe is actually probably siding with his dad. Now, obviously, we can't really be sure what triggered this fight, but obviously there are a lot of theories, such as David finding out about Kate, the terminal relationship, or he might just be mad of David. Like, David, it might be mad just because of Kate's death, and that really could have protected her. By the way, keep in mind of this vehicle, by the way. Just, you see that yellow vehicle in the background? I just want you to see it right there.
Oh God! Kate! Where's Kate? She's gone.
Where's Kate? She's gone. Very interesting. I personally think this could be an editing trick. I mean, he very well could say it. I mean, it does like fit in with the context. However, whether he says it right there, where's Kate? She's gone. She's gone could be, in my opinion, when Javier says she's gone, it could be right after the events of episode 4, where the truck blew up. Of course, I'm guessing we might start with Javier and Clementine, and if we are going to start, maybe Javier could be running away with Clementine, and he's just thinking she's gone, because the tone of the voice does seem a bit sad and kind of in the moment. However, at the same time, it does fit the whole idea of him being right there in the moment with David, trying to explain to him the death of his wife.
Oh God! Kate!
Very interestingly, the Kate door open. The door is open, if you see right there. Now, obviously, Telltale tried to keep that little Easter egg covered by the text, but obviously have it a bit obvious enough for us to see it. Now, this is very interesting. When something collides, of course, the door is going to open. Just from the explosion, the lock wouldn't really work anymore. I mean, surely there must be some damage to the truck. So I'm guessing some of the damage is that the car can't open and close anymore. So even if you try to force it closed, it will still open. So that could be some effect. Or what I'm likely thinking is that Kate has actually managed to get out safely. This could be some time after the events of the actual happening of the explosion. Maybe this is something that we won't see, because as you can see, there's been quite an advancement in time where we see walkers eating people already. So there has been an advancement in time, and it wasn't just straight after, which is very interesting. Or maybe that Javier actually tried to go in there and try to see Kate is alive or not, but this is the last likely option.
We're in a war. We're never going home.
We're in war. Now, this is very nice two-shot, and Javier and David are not fighting each other currently, so this leads me to think this is pretty early on, and that maybe David hasn't thought about Kate at the moment. He's like, maybe later on he'd be like, oh wait, Javier, where's Kate? And then obviously that scene early on that I was talking about happens. But right now, I don't believe this is, I think this is very early on, and I don't believe at this current moment David knows about Kate or anything to why it would trigger him to fight Javier.
We're in a war. We're never going home.
I've been here before. It's not gonna end well for everyone.
Very interestingly enough, Petersburg. So I've done my research, and obviously that is out of Richmond, the city, and this is going to be very interesting because it just shows that we're heading the route of Petersburg, which is obviously not in Richmond, but it's in Virginia, so that would be very interesting. And it looks like we're actually trying to escape the city, and to be honest, this combined with the climbing rooftops and Javier jumping up from balcony to balcony, this just rings season 1 dinner bells to me. Who else does it ring dinner bells for season 1? I mean, season 1 episode 5, where rooftops try to escape Sevada, so where rooftops try to escape Richmond, and of course balcony beds there that Javier dropped. He's a successful one, so this rings a lot of season 1 dinner bells to me right now. It definitely does ring a bell, and it feels a bit nostalgic. And I don't know, did anyone feel that sense of nostalgia right there?
Fight for our names.
Ooh, what are you saying, Paul Monroe? Now he's fighting with us, or is he fighting against us? I'm saying this because, come on, this is the reason why if this scene never happened in episode 3 above the law, then I would always say he's fighting with us. But supplies have been stolen from the kingdom, and also Telltale have actually mentioned pretty early on, before we even met Paul Monroe, that just because a returning comic character we have seen before and we are familiar with, not in the game but in the show or the comic book, just because we know him, it doesn't mean he'll always be friendly with us. He could be an enemy, and this is why I'm thinking that they had the idea of Paul Monroe returning but not being as nice as he was earlier. This is because obviously the stolen supplies, this could be very interesting how they handled it. Maybe they could bring Max back into this episode, I'm not sure how, but if they do, it'll be very interesting, because if you do have Max alive, it would be very interesting to see a determined side fighting, to see if he'd fight on your side or not. Of course, the kingdom is very angry with the New Frontier, New Richmond, because they stole supplies, they raided communities, and to them it feels like a threat. So I don't really believe that they could just be looking to save the day, save Richmond, you know, because what good have they done Richmond? If anything, they haven't done anything good for Richmond. All the New Frontier has done for the kingdom is steal supplies, and this actually risks the community actually being able to survive and feed its people. So if anything, it seems like they're going against them. Just because they're killing walkers doesn't mean they're fighting with them. Killing walkers is for their own safety, nothing else, nothing more.
Fight for our name.
I mean, guys, damn, can you see that? Kate, I mean, if you look further in, that's Kate. She's got the little braided hair to the side. She's got the couple of 3 strands of hair on the front, like almost like a fringe. She's got the same white top underneath the actual, her famous, you know, purple, whatever that is, whatever that ladies wear, cardigan. I don't know what the hell that is. Cardigan, I don't know what the hell that is.
Really, nigga?
But it very much resembles Kate in the background, and I hope she's alive, man. I mean, this could be a troll for Telltale to fool us, because I don't know if because this Easter egg was a bit easy. I mean, like, I didn't notice it the first couple of times I watched it, but actually someone from the comments down below in my reaction video actually told me, so thank you. You know who you are, and you know, as you can see, guys, like, I've brightened up the picture, everything. That is Kay. Who else would that be? I mean, if Telltale trolled us and just put her figure in the background for a troll, I'd be very annoyed.
Time for you to finally learn what blood really means.
I'm going to show you what blood really means. Okay, David, I see you once again in a battle. Now, I really want to punch David now, just because he's getting me a bit vexed right now. Like, he needs to relax, or I'm gonna have to pop a buster cap into him. Just what I'm saying. What blood really means. Okay, so on my notes right here, I've said 3 different things that could occur. Now, this could be linking in back with my point with against or with us. Maybe we can choose if we want to try to escape and fight alongside the kingdom, or fight alongside David and the New Frontier. So the second point is Kate's determinate relationship. Maybe he finds out about Kate's determinate relationship, and that's why he's fighting us. And the third outcome that I could believe that could come out of the what blood really means is Kate's death. He sometimes obviously David doesn't seem to be a very stable person, level-headed, so he could blame us for the death of his wife that never loved him. I mean, it's an unrequited love, so if anything, he will be more crazy about this situation. What? What is that? Okay, so you say it's easily the best book in the story. Okay, I'll let you say that one, GQ. Oh my lord. You never told me they were jokers. Oh my lord, okay, cool.
Wait till you see the. No.
Right, okay, back to the topic. I'm sorry, that was kind of funny in my opinion. But the ending is very the ending is very important now, as we see Javier is holding a gun to someone that is family related, and it could be Kate, it could be David, it could be either one of them. We don't know. Now, it could be the fact that maybe David and Javier fought, and then Kate came to the rescue and she shot David. Can you see where I'm going with this? So perhaps Kate shot David because maybe us and David were actually fighting, maybe on the roof, and then Kate just makes an appearance, shoots David in the stomach. He has a slow, painful death, but we can just give him the mercy and shoot him right off. I mean, it could happen, but I don't know. So what else? It could be also us shooting Kate, a Walker version of Kate, that she somehow appears and we just see her approaching us, and we quickly pull up our gun slowly. I mean, if you look at Clementine's facial expression, she feels kind of sorry because there's someone close to Javier, and it's that feeling of having to shoot someone that you love, similar to the season 1 episode 5 ending, where not Javier but Clementine can actually relate, because Clementine had to either shoot or leave Lee, so she knows that feeling of losing someone so close to her, and having him at gunpoint and either leaving or killing him. So obviously Clementine does feel a bit sad for the situation, but she's kind of taken her own side. She's kind of stepped back because it's not her fight, it's not her scene to actually be involved in, which is very obviously evident through her facial expressions. Thank you guys so much for watching this particular breakdown video. I've done a lot of breakdown videos for every episode, so it's kind of almost become a tradition for me to make a breakdown video. With this episode, you may argue that this is not much of a breakdown, but more of a trailer talk and trailer analysis. But a breakdown for episode 5 is very rare. We have broken down a lot of things, but not to the amount of things you would have thought we would have. But it's episode 5, and Telltale, it's episode 5, the finale. They should have never included much anyway, I'm glad they never included much. Some could say they wanted more, but I'd rather have us know nothing than actually know a lot and then come into the episode kind of knowing most of the plot, you know what I mean? Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you once again for over 1,000 subscribers. A 1,000 subscriber video is in the progress. I've got a lot of ideas planned for that one video. I appreciate it so much, but it's in the works. Don't worry, it will come out eventually, but it's 1,000 subscribers. I don't want to just pull out a random video, out of thin air thanking you when I don't really mean it. I mean this so much, and this video will be worth it so much. I just want to get it perfect. It's still in production. It's not even post-production yet, but trust me, you will enjoy it. And anyway, guys, thank you so much. Follow me on Twitter for SI exclusives and to know what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis. And of course, if you do like the video, press like. If you want to subscribe and you haven't already, subscribe. I do a lot of Telltale Games videos, and after The Walking Dead finishes, I'll be sure to still upload Walking Dead videos about potential Season 4, etc. And of course, other Telltale games such as Game of Thrones Season 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the potential Super Show. Other than that, guys, subscribe, like, comment. How about we hit 40 likes, guys, in this video? Thank you guys so much. Remember, subscribe to me, comment, like, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and anyways, in a bit.
I only fuck on my day ones, all of my hit is the same ones. Couple man grew on the payments, now they just roll When you're rapping the packs in the bando, your only bitches are stainless. But now these bitches my fans, though, coming in 3 different flavors. Now she wanna come